successful saying it was easy. I don't like the word easy. I say simple because we are fighting our blockages, our fears, and everything. And now, as soon as we go over our fears, yes, it's gonna be easy. Uh, it's gonna be easy, but it's because we get into the zone, what they call the zone. Okay, let me start recording. Okay, and today we are going to talk about the numbers again, and it's actually it's like an overview of what I did on Saudi, but I'm going to focus in two specific areas. But something that I want to say is what you did connecting with people. The more you connect with people, the numbers are going to start working more in your favor. Now, there are people that you're going to invite and to a meeting or to your home or to Zoom, and they don't show up, but many of them are going to, and you're looking for those that they're going to say yes. It's interesting because I usually don't go much into history of religion, etc. But in religion, but for example, when Jesus was walking, he was saying to people, "Follow me." He was not forcing anybody. He was telling the news and he was telling, "Follow me." Not everybody follow him, and we know that. And that's the same thing. We are sharing a message. We are sharing a message, and that message, some people are going to say yes, some people are going to say no, some people are going to say maybe, and one day they are going to come back to us. Or some people are going to say no, and then they are going to have a change of heart, and months later or days later, you never know, they are going to make that change. And the more we do that, then the numbers start working in our favor, and every amazing thing that we have in the compensation plan is going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, let me share my screen. Okay. I'm going to go into numbers. That's why I have an interesting disclaimer here. Important disclaimer, by the way, the attorneys made me do it. I said that. Okay, we are going to be talking about numbers, and it's why it's so important to say that. This is a training, and we will show you projections. Now, the results are going to depend on your own efforts. There are no typical results happen if you do nothing. Now, this is called network marketing. Network marketing is why the word work is there. Freelance is not available. The results are our responsibility, definitely. And I want to put that there because some people, it's an interesting misconstruct that when we are talking about numbers, oh, that's going to happen to me if I don't do anything. No! Just because you signed the application and you are ready to go, but you don't do anything, of course, we are not going to have results. Now, I'm going to go really quick for the first two parts of the pay plan because they are simple. Customer commissions is when each product has a number, and that number means the amount of money that we are making per product. We may, for example, if we sell one Visage, we make $33. We have 10 of those, it's $330, and we get paid the following day. This is a very simple program, by the way. Very simple. It's about 24%. It cannot be simpler than that. It doesn't have a scale. It's not complicated. It doesn't have quotas or anything like that. Very simple. Most companies have it more complex. This is the other way that you receive money very quick. You receive the PIB. PIB is when somebody said to you, I'm ready to join, and I want to be part of what you are having. I want to start offering this to other people. I want to make money selling. I want to make money building a team or doing both. And now, these two parts are very simple, and you get paid really quick. As a matter of fact, you don't have to have anybody in your group to get paid these two. Now, then we have the team building side, and that's what I'm going to focus on two things today. Just two. And by the way, it's very simple. It's like two legs. We have one on the left, one on the right. Well, we are going to focus on two. I'm not going to talk about the bonus pool or anything like that. Just those two things, because that's where most of our income is going to come, and that's where more control we are going to have in the long term to create an income. And the first one is very simple. Is the part of the binary. Now, I'm going to get out from here for a second because I'm going to do something that I love to do. I love to actually share a screen. Hold on a second. To write it because in my whiteboard, hold on a second, let me prepare the whiteboard. Okay. And one of the things that these numbers always are going to work for us when we put the action. Now, individual numbers, we don't know what your numbers are. But the more you do this, your numbers start working more in your favor. The amount of people that are going to look at the information. I yesterday, for example, I'm using two different AI. I'm using GPT, and I'm using the one that right now is causing a lot of noise, the DeepSeek. Okay. And then what I'm doing, I'm asking the same question to both of them. And just last night, the question was in sales and in network marketing, what is the percent of people how many people we have to talk in order to sponsor one person that's going to be a distributor? And it's interesting, the both of them came with the same answer. And the answer said depend on you, basically. But one of the things that say that usually is for every 10 people, one that see a presentation, one is going to come up, but it could be higher than that. And it's interesting, they use the same words, but the numbers were so the same thing. And it's true. And it's it depends. And again, it depends on you. It depends on you. The more you do it, the numbers get better. And of course, they use different wording, but that was the bottom line. The numbers get better. Now, here we have a pay plan that something that does is that make it super simple. Oh, what happened with my pen? Let's see. Oh, I thought I had my pen here. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. One of the things that we make it very simple because we have only two legs to build. Just two legs. It's not like most pay plans, and I'm going to go really quick here. Most pay plans, you keep building people in front. And this is 90% of the plan, probably more than 90%. And these are plans, all the older plans like Shackley and Amway and Mary Kay and many of the newer plans also, you have to build in your front line. Now, then we have the binary. Now, there are many kinds of plans like this. They work different. Some of them I call breakaway because you lose your people, other ones don't. But something in common with these plans is that you are limited on how many levels you are going to get paid. Some of them, I think the deepest I've seen is 7 levels. Now, then we have the binary. But the same that binary, there are many kinds of binary. Binary is ours. We have only two legs, left and right. It's the make sense plan. Why? Because, like I said before, I can prove it as the make sense plan is because how many of you know people with two legs? Simple. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Now, there are different kind of binaries, and most of the older binaries, for example, the limitations are very strong. I was in one of the first binaries many years ago in the 90s, and the limitations are very strong. For example, in the binary that was before, the more that you could earn in a position was $1,000 a week. That was the most. In order to make more money, then they give you a position that was underneath, and then you'd have to start building 2 more legs again. And then what happened eventually, I was building 24 legs to try to get to an income that was not even close to what we do here or I did in the company before. Then the second, and this is the all binary. And there are another all binaries. Now, we have up to $27,000 in a week just for one position. 27,000, and the other one was 1,000. This is 27,000 times better. And you're building only 2 legs, and the other one, you were building tons of legs. The same challenge here. Maybe you didn't have the problem with depth, but the problem was that as soon as you hit $1,000 in a week, you couldn't make more. You had to create another one, and another one, and another one. And then suddenly, like I say, I have so many legs. I was talking to the top distributor of that company a year and a half ago, and she has over 500 legs. Now, she's not building all of them because she would go crazy, but it's not easy. She has many centers because, again, the limit is 1,000 per week per center. You can have other centers, but they build underneath, and every time you build a new one, guess what? 2 more legs. Those are most of the plans fall in that category. The great majority are here. Then the older binaries are here. Oops. Let me go back. Okay. Yeah, I got cut off. Okay, let me start. Yeah, a call came in and I got cut off. Let me share again. But that's so important to know because people say, well, what is the difference between your paid plan and other plans? Is very simple. Now I add on top of that the matching bonus, but the reason I start with that because that's one of the things that make us different with any. There are other plans that are called. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, perfect. There are other plans that one more that is called Matrix. Matrix, by the way, sound boom, Matrix. Wow, science fiction, cool. They are terrible plans. Why? Because not only you're actually, let me go to. Well, I can start here. You have a limit of how many people you can have in your front line. You can have 3, 4, or 5, and you say you have a limit of 2. Yeah, but we don't have levels. Matrix is they stop somewhere and then you don't get commissions under that level. Those are matrices. And actually, only one company has survived that has started with matrices. And since the first matrix was invented, when I say invented, that was in the 80s. And the 80s, only one has survived because it's a tough plan to build. The reason is because you're limited, and that matrix that survives 4 people in your front line and 7 levels. That's the most that you can go. The problem is if you have people here, a person that is active here, but is just ordering the process, not building the business, somebody is not building the business here, then the business builders start coming very deep. And remember, you're limited to 7 levels. Anything that goes under those levels, you don't get paid. You lose it. That's the problem with matrices. I don't like matrices. By the way, all the pay plans except the binary, you get paid once a month. That is a challenge too. You want to get paid every week. Sometimes they have bonuses, like for example, if you sign up bonus, they may pay you in a week, but the commission, the biggest commissions, all of them are paid once a month, except binaries, and all the binaries are like that. There are a few binaries like Synergy, etc., that they still pay monthly. But we pay every week. And now we go to this part. This is super exciting. How can we pay on limited levels? Very simple. As soon as you get one person on your left, one person on your right, it's like you have 2 banks that you are creating, one on the left and one on the back, left bank, right bank. And every time you have 300 points on one side, 600 in the other one, or the other way around, it could be 600 and 300. That's a total of 900. You get a cycle. Very simple. Now, first time that I saw this, I didn't understand because I was used to the traditional, oh, you get 5% or 4% or 3% or whatever, up to 7 levels, etc. But it's very simple. You have 300 one side, 600 in the other one, you get a cycle. Now, if you get more than that, let's suppose that you get here 400 points, just to have an example. That's 400 points. Then the computer takes 300 points, and then here they take the 600 points, and the 100 points that are left, even if there were 700 in the other one, here is left 0, stay there until the next cycle. This is one of the cool things about also, in every plan that is out there, as soon as the last day of the month comes, all the volume that you didn't qualify, let's suppose that you are qualified only for 2 levels, you are not qualified for the full 7 levels because you had to qualify for all the levels, then goes to 0 and you start again. Here, as long as you have 60 CV, that's about $110. Every 4 weeks, your volume keep accumulating. And the reason this is powerful is because always, eventually, one leg is going to go crazy. And you're going to have volume that in another traditional plan you will not qualify because the way that the qualifications are done. And then what happened at the end of the 30 days or the end of the month goes to 0. Here, you never start with 0 if you have volume coming under you that you are not qualified, unless you are getting paid on it. You keep accumulating. And the reason it's so powerful accumulating, let's suppose that you accumulate 6,000 points here because you have a person that's doing, eventually, this other side catch up. Every time 300 points come, it's using 600 from here. And if they start going crazy, a lot of people come in, then that leg may switch and become the strongest leg. This could be the strongest leg. And then guess what? You make tons of money because you are using all the volume that's accumulated. Some of you have accumulated volume in one leg. It's a blessing. It's funny because somebody said to me, oh, I have my worst experience in binary. Why? Well, because I have a leg that went crazy and I couldn't catch up. And then said, and the plan that you have, how many legs you have to build in order to get to the higher position? And he said, I have to have 10 directors. Each director is a leg. Now, in order to have 10 directors, for every how many people you have to sponsor to find that director? And he himself is answering, probably for every 10 people, one. That means that you have to have 100 legs to find those 10 to go to the higher position. And you don't pay only get paid unlimited levels. Here, you have one on the left, one on the right, and you get unlimited levels. And you get paid on cycles, 600 and 300. Very simple. And I know some of you say, whoa, I never heard of cycle, but it's very simple. Again, 600, 300, or 300 and 600, accumulated volume. Where is the volume coming from? If people are buying under you, new people are coming in, people are selling under you, etc. And the other thing that's amazing about this plan is that this is you. This is your upline. I'm going to put up. And the upline has two legs. Now, when he or she starts sponsoring extra people, has to put it on one side, putting people here or putting people here. That means that that person can put people under you, and the volume for the cycles qualify you. In other words, let's suppose that this person put 200 CV. That goes toward your cycles, even that you did not sponsor that person. In 98% of the pay plans, like unilabels, breakaways, that by the way, those are the ones that you have bunch of legs. They don't put anybody under you. They don't. And here, they are putting people under you because we are forced to do the pay plan because we have only two legs and we had to put those two somewhere. The third one and the fourth one and the fifth one and the sixth one. And that's why that counts. Now, always, and like I said at the beginning, still your responsibility is to build the two legs because don't depend thinking, "Whoa, my upline is going to put a superstar," because maybe the superstar never comes because that comes from your upline, but it comes from you or from the people that you are sponsoring. That's again with the numbers work. The more people we are sponsoring, the more possibilities of that leader is going to come, and it's our responsibility. Can somebody come from our upline that could become a leader? Yes, it can happen, but we cannot depend on that because we want to have control of the people that are coming in, and the best control is the people that we are sponsoring. But again, very simple. You have two banks, one key 300, and points coming, the other 600 add to 900, then you get a cycle. Now, cycle, you get paid $35 or $45. The difference is when you have your happy 10, that means that you have 10 people active. That could be a combination of customers or brand ambassadors or just brand ambassador, for example. Then they pay you $45 every time this happens. Now, it's why every time you have cycle, you say cashing, and you can cycle once a month, once a week, once a day, once every hour, once in the morning. Who knows? It depends on you. Now, this part is very simple. Let me go to the next part. Okay. All right. Let me share my other screen. All right. Okay. Here is an example. Remember, you have 300 on one side, 600 on the other one, or could be 600 and the 300 on the other side. By the way, that can switch even in the same day. So only you have 300 and 600, you get paid, but then the next volume, come more volume on your left side and then change. Could be 600, 300, and that can happen in a day. Of course, it's not going to happen right away when you join because you don't have anybody, but when your team start growing, those things start happening. Now, with again, when you don't have the happy 10, you get $35 per cycle. It could be, by the way, one cycle a week, one cycle a month, etc. Now you say, well, how much I have to earn? Let's suppose 5 cycles is $175. That could be a week or could be a month. I like to calculate it a week when we set up their goals. 10 cycles, 350. And this again is the volume that's coming under you. It's 100 cycles, 3,500. 250 is over 8,000, and then 500 cycles is 17,500. I am multiplying times 35, by the way. If you say, where that number is coming from? Now, when you don't have the happy 10, the maximum amount of cycles that you can have is 500. And that's why I have this. Now, some people say, whoa, 17,500, well, still it's not bad. When you multiply that by 52, it's a good chunk of money. Now, when you have the happy 10, of course, those numbers change. You see 5 cycles, 225 instead of 175. And the more cycles you have, the numbers start getting way big. And you can have up to 600 cycles or 27,000 a week, almost 10,000 more per week. That's over a million. But it's very simple. And I like to set up my goals based on these numbers. Now, this is the cycles. By the way, this is with a happy 10. Now, this is the commission, every volume that's coming under you. In the company I was before, that actually I was with a couple of you that are on the screen, on the Zoom, we were getting only cycles. That was our main income, the cycles. I was doing really well. We did very well. We're millions of dollars just with the cycles. But here in 3, we had oh, by the way, let me show you first the example with the power of 2. Now, the power of 2 is very simple. You have 12 months. Now, you bring 2 people that are going to do what you're doing. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that it's not that you sponsor 2 people and that's it, game over. It's to find 2 people that at least duplicate you. Those 2 bring 2, the second month is 4, those 4, 2, 8. And when we add at the end of and you have seen this example in our presentation, you have 8,192 people. Now, the reason I love to show this example is because how many people you personally sponsor? Only 2. 2. I make sure you take a picture of this because I learned these numbers by heart. When the first presentation, the person that sponsored me in the other company, when he came, actually after he talked to me for 10 months, he did this presentation in a paper, and he did it, and I had that paper with me all the time. I learned these numbers from her because this is the potential. And the thing that this example, you cannot use it in the other companies like Mary Kay, Shackley, or anything like that, because you're going to block somewhere. And the same with matrices. Now, log with 3. This is the same 12 months, 3 people. Look at those numbers. I'm going to stop here. Well, because you see, just on the month number 9, 19,000 new people come in. When you add all that, whoa, it's way more people. Just one more person. That's why I said the magic of the numbers, how they can grow, and in this case, just one more. And again, this is in the cycles. These are in the cycle. This is the volume coming under you. You can make an incredible amount of money because we did in another company. Now we have the next one as the matching bonus. The matching bonus is brilliant because it's based on when you sponsor a person and that person starts making money here on the cycles. This is one of your leaders. Imagine that person is yours, or even this. When this person is making money here, you're going to get a matching bonus. The matching bonus go between 20 to 30% with the people that you sponsor. And then when they sponsor people, 15%, etc. And this is based on what they're earning on the cycles. Now, this is very powerful. It's like if you open a business and you see, and you have a bunch of franchises. That's the way that you're making money, or branches, or whatever you want to call it. And each branch is producing you money. Now, it costs you a lot of money every time you open a branch. And if you have franchises, you have to have the whole system. And you get a percent on every franchise, what the franchise is selling or your business are selling. Here, basically, every person that you bring in, first of all, is your partner. It's your board of directors. It's not a franchise. Now, the cool thing is that when they bring people, they can do the same thing. They can bring people, and the other ones can bring people, and the other ones can bring people, and up to 7 levels of people coming in. And look how cool it is. And then what happened is, like a franchise or a business that you open, you're going to get a percent of the profits that they have, but the difference here is that you get a matching bonus. They don't take it from their profits. The person make $1,000, you get 30%. The next one's $1,000, you get 15%, all the way up to 7 levels. This is the beautiful thing of this part of the matching bonus. It's based on what your people, these are your personals below, not the people that the company put under you, excuse me, the company, your upline put under you. You can count the volume for your cycles, but for the matching bonus, it's based on the people that you personally sponsor and the ones that they sponsor, etc. In the long term, this is going to produce more income than the cycles. And I didn't have this in that company before where we earn millions of dollars. It's why the potential is incredible, but not only the potential is brilliant because I'm sure that your upline is helping you because he or she wants you to make money because they get a matching. Now, I'm going to play with these numbers. I love to play with numbers. Let me put a better view here. Just the slide. Okay. Let's suppose that you have 5 people. And let's get a number. Let's suppose that they are earning $500 a week. And this is a small number, but look, it's $750 extra per week that you're earning with your personal sponsor. Now, a person that's earning $500 a week, probably they have a few people making money. Let's suppose that's 10. And let's suppose that is, I don't know, $300 a week, just to have an example. That's another $1,200 just on the matching bonus. Let's suppose that those 20, they're, I don't know, 20. I'm going to put 20. They're $200 a week. This is just an example, obviously, like you say there. That's another 1,600. Now, let me tell you why this is so powerful. Remember when we were talking about the cycles? Now, what if one of the legs is not going well, but you sponsor a person to become a leader and you're a 3-star. You have to be a 3-star to get 3 levels. 1-star, 1 level, 2-star, 2 levels, and 3-star. And you're a 3-star, but the other leg is not going strong. You're probably cycling once a week. That's $35 or $45 a week. But then you have in the other leg a bunch of people that are moving volume and they are making money. Holy cow, look at that. But I'm going to make it actually funner. Let me take this off because let's suppose that you just get one of those persons that become a super leader, just one. Now, remember, your other leg may not be going crazy yet, but this person, this leader that you are getting, let's put a number, is earning $500,000 a year. And that person that's, look, it's just on the first, it's 150,000 a year. I'm putting here a example here to make a bigger example. On only one person, even if your other leg and the binder is not working. And again, I didn't have this before. Now, a person is making a 500,000 a year. They probably have a lot of people that they sponsor that are making money, but there's only 3, and they are making each one less than him, although or her, but could be more. It's another 135,000. Now you're making $285,000 just because one person that you got in and there are people that are bringing, and these people has a lot of people are making money. And let's suppose that's 150. I don't know why. It doesn't matter the number. Suddenly it's $435,000 because just one person. This is bananas, literally. What if that person that you get, I'm going to get rid of this, is a super leader? You get a Christine Peterson or a Holly and Corbin or any person that become a leader and they're making more than $1 million a year. But let's round it up here, $1 million. Just one person. Now, a person that's making $1 million for sure has many people making money. Let's put that for 400,000. This is, again, just an example. It's another 300,000. Now, those 4 have a lot of people making money. Let's suppose that 10, and they're making 250. Just for a second. Wow, look at that. And this is, you see, I'm not counting the other levels. I'm counting just 3 levels because becoming a 3-star is very simple. I'm not counting the other levels. And these numbers could be much bigger because probably a person is making $1 million has people in average, each one, it could be 750. And here in average could be each one an average of 500,000. And look, it's over $1 million just to. Now, this is just as an example, and I'm not telling you, you're going to make $1 million right now. No. This is an example of the potential of what we have there. This is super Super incredible. Let me share the view again. Oops. Okay. All right. Let me stop. All right. I just want to show you this, but now the power is in what we do. Now, I show you a range of just making little money all the way to making a lot of money. But the secret here is what we saw at the beginning. How Joanne will talk to one person and invite that person to her house. And the more you do that, those numbers start playing in your favors, and all the things that happen with our pay plan start working in your favor. That's why it's amazing. And one of the things that I said, this pay plan is simple compared with other plans. Because again, you have two legs to build. You get first the commissions on the sales and when the people are buying that, and then you get the cycle, 600, 300, 300, 600. And by the way, the more you see this video, this presentation, you're going to get it right away because cycles is a new word that our subconscious didn't understand for those of you that have in the presentation. But as soon as we understand a cycle, say, oh, gosh, this is actually super simple. There's no complications or anything like that. And then you have the matching bonus. That is something that our subconscious doesn't understand until we start comparing. Oh, but it's like if I open a business or like if I am in real estate, for those of you that have been in real estate and they have what they call split commissions, 80%, the person that sells the property, 20% goes to the company, depending on the company. The cool thing that here, you don't have to send that 20 or 30% to your upline. You still get 100% of the commissions. We are getting just a 30% matching. And we go more bunch of levels down. This is the power of this pay plan. I just want to be, I am open right now to questions, but I wanted to talk about those numbers because I think the more we talk, the more we are going to excited. Adrian talks about the different beliefs on Monday, and the belief in the compensation plan is very important because as soon as part of our heart and our subconscious, we say, holy cow, this is great. And then subconsciously, it's going to be working for us, the potential that we have there in the pay plan. Anybody wants to make comments? Everything's open right now for you guys.
You said you get paid unlimited depth. So, like, say you're on level 8. What is that? 5% also?
Yeah, this is on the binary. You get paid unlimited, not on the matching bonus. The matching bonus you have 7 levels. But the matching bonus, remember, it's on what your people are earning. Now the binary, that's the cycle 600, 300. The computer is looking for that volume as deep as the volume is there. Could be in the level 100 and use that volume to get you the cycle. That again, that doesn't, for those of you that have been in pay plans before, that doesn't happen in any other pay plan. Because you have a superstar that, like happened in my first company I have success, it was a unilevel. We were getting paid 7 levels. My super leader that he didn't sponsor came in level 6, and 90% of his volume was below my 7 level. I didn't get a penny on that, because it was outside my pay range. If we would be here with this plan, the computer keep looking for volume down and goes beyond the 7 level, beyond the 100 level. Now that's for the volumes of the sales. The matching bonus works different because that's a separate, it's like having 2 pay plans in one. We have the pay plan that we get paid on the volumes, and then we have the pay plan that we get paid on what our people are earning. When we get this in our head, it's incredible because you have a leader that's making $10,000 a month. Every month, you are getting a 30%. The reason it's way better than sales because how many people are going to be buying $10,000 in products every month? Rarely, very rare. And the person that's making $10,000 a month has people that are making $10,000 or even more than them a month. And you are getting commissions on what they're earning. Not only you already got the commissions on the sales, on the binary, and now you're getting that. Holy cow! That's why it's an amazing combination. And for some people, it's at first when they see it the first time, it's why they don't get it because this is different, but it's better. Imagine get paid on limited levels. And by the way, you don't have some weird qualifications or anything like that. You just have to make sure that you are active. And the main qualification is if you don't have the happy 10, you're getting $35 per cycle. That's it. but you can unlimited levels, unlimited. Many companies say, well, as soon as you get to certain level, you get paid 3 levels. As soon as you get to certain level, you get paid 4 levels, 5 levels, 6 levels, and they have a limit. Here, we tell you, one on the left, one on the right, right? Let's get ready to rumble, basically. It's very, very, very simple. Anybody else wants a comment? I would love a comment from Christine, because Christine has so much success. I mean, she earned millions of dollars in a pay plan that was limited to 3 levels. We have
Yes,
limited
yes.
levels here.
Yeah, that was always frustrating. I had to build 27 first lines and to go wide, and then I only got paid on 2 other levels. That was it. That was the compensation. And I had people way down, trip winners and different things I never got paid on. So I got really excited about this. But I think it's that's why I'm here. I think this is most extraordinary. I should have been making, especially on the match checks.
Yeah.
And the match checks, you think that I had national sales directors. I had 5, I had 7 nationals under me, and then I had built more nationals under them. I could have got all those matching checks. Kimberly was the first line level. I could have got a check match, but I didn't.
Well,
I mean, that is incredible. And that's why I always talk to my people and to everyone here. Look for leaders that are go-getters, because those match checks actually become larger. Even if your binary is not like George, maybe you doing this and that, but you get a superstar that takes off, you can make another 300,000-400,000 just on a match check, even though you're not cycling a lot, or you can do all of it. So, the cycle money, you're capped off at 100,000 a month, but your match checks, you are unlimited. And that's where Kim Wee, where she would make 100,000, our master distributor on the same comp plan, would make 100,000 a month in cycle money, but on her match check, she would make over 900,000 a month. And her highest check was $1.5 million in match checks. Now tell me where you can do that with so little money to be invested. You buy your own product to consume, and then you go find out and get the go-getters and the power of 2. And it isn't everybody below you, all their 2s, all their people, everybody below you, both their legs count for either your right side or your left leg. And all those people count for cycle money. And then your first 7 levels, you can get those matching checks.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know any other comp plan like this.
Now, you see behind me, you see that I have a circle, people, and then this is like you are sponsoring people. Actually, let me do it really quick here. Because
I'll tell you, that's because of those old marketing plans. Those people are capped off and they can't make any more money. They're limited.
Correct. That's correct. Now, behind me, you saw the circles I have here, and then they have people, etc. Why I have this behind me? It's a visual for me, because these are people that I sponsor, and the visual for me is that each of these circles, and by the way, they are going to keep bringing here, but they are separate people that I sponsor, and then I imagine that each one is producing at least 100K per year, each of those circles. And by the way, if you have a super leader, that could be $1 million a year. But that every circle and that's why I have the behind, because those are circles that I sponsor. This is beyond the matching bonus, because I'm thinking the long term, like Christine was saying, most of the income of Kim Wee when she was making over $1 million per month was coming from the matching bonus, from these circles. It's interesting because I didn't have this in the pay plan before. And one of the things that I am very impressed with this, let me stop sharing, is that in the other company, I have 40 people plus that earn over $1 million, and I didn't have a matching bonus. Think about that. Just think about that.
Exactly.
Anybody else?
How would that calculate out? If they're making it, you had 40 people making $1 million a year.